Hey guys, it's Cool Luigi, and today we're going to do another general coaching thing to go ahead and, yeah. I think this is going to be number 2 that I upload from Arisen, our um, favorite Protoss player, and he's going to be playing against Smidgy? Smidgy? Yeah, we're just going to go with Smidgy. Even though there's an extra I in there, I think. Anyways, that's not the point of today's cast. Obviously the map is Naga Caverns. Yeah, so looking through some various of your replays, Arisen, Erickson, that's not right. That's what it sounds like though. Sorry, I think Battle.net names are awesome, so I always have to make a big deal about them. Going through some of your replays, I mean, you have a pretty good standard build. It's a good 3-gate to expand into more gateway. We're gonna try and get into some of that a little bit here, but I did just back it up here a little bit just to check something. Small thing here, you might want to throw down that pylon as soon as you get the money for it, because as of right now, you're gonna get supply blocked a little bit. Well, maybe. You had a second there where you weren't making any probes, but nothing major. Overall, it's a solid player. Like I said, I think you won't have too much of an issue in the near future ranking up to some higher levels, but we're going to try and help you out today, obviously. One thing that's pretty common that might help a little bit, as soon as you get that first pylon down, slap down some chrono boost on your nexus and make a couple extra pylon or a couple extra probes. It does delay your warp gate a smidge, but you're floating the money for it right now. It's a few extra probes, and especially against even your mirror matchups against PvP, that's a pretty standard thing to do. So your opponent's probably going to be doing it, and especially against Zerg because with the way they macro. So you really need to be throwing down that gateway here, buddy. Could have had that out a little bit ago here. We're actually going to see what happened here. Let's back it up a smidge. This is a decent replay, decently long, so I can't do this too much here. So you should have been able to expand and continue to make SCVs pretty much at the 1 minute 50 mark in the next about 2 seconds here. So there, you should be throwing it down. Where's your attention at? Okay. Just micro back here, should be making that gateway. Something that'll help not slip on the early game micro in a situation like that is your worker probe. Just hold down shift and click around his base a bunch of times in like circles. He'll keep on scouting, he won't get killed, and it lets you micro, and it's a lot quicker. I mean, you could have had this up, like I said, probably you could have had started about 30 seconds ago. So that'll something help here. Like I said, once again, I normally chrono boost about 2 different times on the Nexus in early pro production, and then save the rest for Warp Gate. Other than that, like I said, pretty solid build so far. That little scout trick will help though with early game stuff. Another small thing that I do here too, when you send guys into gas, before you send them in, actually shift click on the Nexus and then into the probe, so if they have any money in their hands or any minerals, they're deposited. Other than that, chrono, like I said, if the warp gate could have gone down a little sooner, you could have started this cyber around, a little bit earlier. So like I said, other than that, I mean, it's a pretty good build here. Your opponent went kind of a late hatch. I mean, it was like a 19 hatch, realistically. starting to get gas, all that good stuff here. One thing you should, or I like to get my second gas earlier. You should have gotten that probably about 30 seconds ago, game time, somewhere around there. Get your chrono boost on that. Like I said, you still got plenty of chrono boost. Should have used it on the probes. One other minor note: throw an extra pylon somewhere in that range. You don't want all your. I saw this in one of your games where you had like 4 warp gates get unpowered by one pylon getting taken out. You never want that to happen. There you go. Good job. Awesome. Still would like to see that gas here. And you know, when you are going 3 get expand, you should be expanding right about now. You got the money for it. Understand you know, against there you want to get a few more units out, but you know, at this point you're floating pretty decent amount of minerals early game. So we do want to spend those. Like I said, you could have thrown that down 30 seconds earlier at least. We're gonna see some good timing on aggression here from the Zerg. You couldn't get off the Overlord, so you knew what you were gonna do here. However, you are gonna do a pretty decent job of holding it here. Getting a few more stalkers. I would like to have 1 sentry hang back here in case he tried to do a run up into your main so you can force field. Just a minor note, because he's essentially going for an all-in at this point, the Zerg. He's just going to try and do mass Zergling. Don't know why they really went Banelings. Banelings don't work very well against Protoss. Like that timing, trying to knock down those, is going to put you a little bit out of position here. Control-wise in the battle, you know, nothing too much went really wrong. Like I said, like to see that one sentry up there. You know, he did some decent damage here. Yeah, that was pretty much it. He doesn't have that Kami or Larva to do much more. Some more coming in, but you should be able to hold it relatively easily. I don't know if I like the you like to go zealot heavy, I've noticed. Not a bad thing against Zerg, especially. Yeah, I would have, like I said, liked to see that earlier. Decent upgrade like the fast one. I don't like moving the probes down there as quick. You hadn't had that secured, so I mean you're going to lose a fair amount of probes here. I don't like either putting your Twilight Council down here, because you're barely holding on to this Nexus. Honestly, if you wouldn't have had your probes down there, you would have lost the Nexus. So I like just trying to fight him off. Like I said, you know the Zerg can't sustain it. He hasn't made drones in a while. Even after that, you're still beating him in drones. Yeah, other than that, like I said, I would have liked you to get this gas earlier. Whenever you expand as Protoss, I like to go double gas too. It gives you more tech options, I guess. I know you really seem to favor the gateway units, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you are going to need some tech later on in the ladder, and it's good to learn now. Like I said, even if it's just a simple Robo Bay or, you know, something like that. Good stuff. I would have liked you to regroup your army right about here before you attacked. They were all kind of in a stream. The first ones arrived and died, and then the second ones arrived. So regroup right here or by the watchtower or something like that. Decent spot for Pylon. If he attacks you, he'll see it probably. Better spots over here by the rocks, something like that, off to the side. Like I said, most of my this one's just purely reactionary. I'm just kind of watching a replay and seeing what I think here. So it looks like you're wrecking him. We're going to speed through the end of it until he gets GG's out, and there it is. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this, buddy. I'll do another couple ones here, and just let me know what you think. Peace out, Arisen and other YouTubers.